Coming up on this week's show.
Music can really create so much happiness. As soon as I play a song or I get so excited about a song and see their little faces light up, I go wild.
Where do you think the confidence came from?
If you've got the backing of people saying, yeah, you can do that, Candi, you'll be fine, you just got to go for it. Every single time I get up on stage, I am nervous.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because I want to make the kids feel special. Sometimes we can be too harsh on ourselves. I think we all need to just take a step back and go, gosh, look what we've done, look what we've managed. We all work so hard. Look at yourself, because you're probably doing a fantastic job.
What does success mean to you?
The fact that I can balance family, work and my passion, one of my biggest lessons is just be you.
Have you ever turned a living room dance party with your kids into a full-blown business? Today's guest did just that. When her children started grooving to her playlists, something clicked. What began as a playful moment at home sparked the creation of high-energy, joy-filled experience for kids across the Sunshine Coast. DJ Candi, a high school teacher by day and children's party DJ by passion, shares her vibrant story of blending purpose, parenthood, and the pursuit of joy. From nervous first gigs to dreams of a national tour, Candice's story is one of heart, hustle, and an infectious positivity. Tune in as we dive into how she's turning music and movement into a lifelong memories for little ones. This is a lot of fun. Let's get into it. Candice, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Now, take me back. When did the idea for you as a full-time or as a full-time teacher, when did it come into your brain, maybe I should do something else as well?
It was only when my children were starting to groove and they were loving the music I was playing at home. And I decided that there wasn't a lot for kids young to go and experience with music and games and all the dance-offs and all the activities. When I was a little bit younger, I did a couple of DJ gigs with my brother back when we were teenagers. And I was like, you know what? I think as I stand and see my own kids dancing and having fun, I can see that they're enjoying me doing it in front of them and being involved with them. It was something that we had a connection with.
I love that.
With the children, and they loved it. And I decided to start small with children's parties. And I did my first children's party. I think they were about 7 years old. And the connection between myself and the kids was really, it was amazing. It was fun.
You just loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A similar line, a similar level that you experienced with your own kids at home, do you think?
Absolutely. Yeah. You can see they love that adult interaction.
Yeah.
And they love that someone's actually trying to have fun with them at their level, I think, as well. And every child's different. So you also have to make sure you are catering for the different needs as well, because each party's different, each age group's different, and it depends, what they like and what music they like at the time.
So, but I mean, I love doing a dance off or a dance party at home, and I'm sure most of the parents do as well. Put the music up loud and have a cheeky dance and. Then off to the bath to get to bed. But you whatever was inside of you though, which I find really interesting, you're like, actually I want more of this. I want to embrace this fully, not just limit it to the lounge room.
Yeah, it was quite amazing to see, like, every kid has their favorite song. And if you find that little favorite song that a child likes, they come out of their shell. So they express themselves. It could be the funniest dance. Could be like the hilarious. Like I get all sorts of kids just showing expressing themselves.
Self, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And in a safe environment as well. They don't feel scared, judged. Yeah, and they love the music, the beat. I think every one of us loves music. And when each child sees another child having that much fun, it's contagious. And I love bringing that, once I've got them, I try amp them up to make it even more fun. And then that gets the crowd going as well.
And so take me back to that first gig for that birthday party. How did that even transpire? Did you have the equipment? How did you put your neck out on the line and go, I haven't done this before, but I do like to play music in the lounge room. Trust me.
Well, I practiced at home with my children.
Okay.
I bought my my decks and a speaker and some lights.
And this conversation with your husband?
Yep, conversation.
I think I want to be a kid's DJ?
Yeah, he was in full support right from the beginning. Yeah, he always has supported whatever I've done. And to the point where he's helped me pack up the equipment, put it away, looked after the kids, helped me get there, everything.
Number one fan.
Yeah, and my own children.
Yeah.
They actually funny because my son, he's only 4, he'll help pack up and put the equipment away with me now. And he's got his own mini decks, so he plays alongside me at some of the gigs. And my daughter is a dancing queen, so she knows every dance, every move. And she told me the other day, Mummy, I want to be a DJ.
Amazing.
So I've got to foster the want for now.
Yep.
But yeah, they that first gig was at the Belle Vista meeting place for a friend's child, and it was probably still to this day one of my best gigs that I've ever done. Yeah, because I was so new at it, and the kids, to me, could feel that, so they just did everything I asked and got involved. They had the energy. They played all the games correctly. It was fantastic. Yeah, it was good.
When you progressed after that first one, were people in your sphere or at work, because you're a high school teacher,
yes,
raise their eyebrow or go, really? That's what you're trying to do? Was there
still get that. My students, they think it's fantastic. Because I've done it for 2.5 years now, they've actually seen me grow, and they follow me, some of them, on Instagram. So I definitely have the support from them. And I think it was in my first year, I was asking for votes for this competition, and they were all behind me. I had a lot of backing from my students at school, and they were like, yeah, this is great. And then I did one disco at our school, and from then on they've just been, when's the next one? So maybe I might get a gig at the Formal this year. We'll see how we go.
Where do you think the confidence came from? Have you always had that idea or that entrepreneurial spirit, or to go, I'm not sure how this will go, but I back myself?
I think it stems from my family. My mum and my dad have always pushed us to do something that makes us happy and to be social and to get out there and, put yourself out there and try new things. And whenever I want to do something new, they are 100%, backing what I would like to try. And my brother is the same. I also have always had friends around me with a lot of support and family. I think that's a big thing. If you've got the backing of people saying, yeah, you can do that, Candi, you'll be fine. You just got to go for it. And the biggest thing for me is every single gig I do, like even at my gig today, I got nervous. Palms go sweaty. Every single time I get up on stage, I am nervous.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because I want to make the kids feel special, and I want to have a good time. And once I've started playing the music, I'm fine. Like everything sort of goes away, and I'm like, yep, I know what I'm doing. I can read the crowd, but every crowd's different. You never have the same. So I think it's the fact that I don't know what they're gonna how they're going to react.
Mm.
But then once I start, I'm fine. Yeah.
And DJ Candi as a brand has progressed, and from that first birthday party to you've just come from a gig. You've booked out essentially all holidays in the region, and nothing but incredible reviews. And could you have imagined in 2.5 years this is where you would be?
No, I didn't realise. Yeah, it's been a really fun ride. Lots of learning as well along the way, and a lot's changed from where I've started. My gigs were, well, for me, I feel like they were pretty basic to what they are now.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like the style of discos has evolved a little bit.
Okay.
And will continue to evolve.
Yeah.
And change, and new games, I'm just constantly learning as well. And music's changing. Like there's always new songs coming out and new moves and new
Gotta stay relevant.
trends. You got to be trendy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you got to be cool. Like the kids want and look at you as an inspiration a little bit and inspire what you do, I think. And I think a lot of the kids, I want to make sure that they feel comfortable and have fun and have the energy that I want them to have, and make it like an unforgettable moment for them so they can, it's a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. And where do you see it going? If you couldn't predict where it's headed from when you started to now, where could you predict it's going to go?
I mean, I honestly would love to do like a DJ Candi tour. Not sure where, but I'd love to pop into schools along maybe the coast of Australia.
Yeah.
Love to maybe, because I've lived in New Zealand, I'd love to pop over there and do a DJ Candi tour there. And just see, and I don't know, brighten other little children's lives who don't know me that well.
Yeah.
So just spread the word a little
like
bit.
That.
Yeah.
No, and you've never thought, given you've got, you're developing your skills and you're technically a very good DJ. And what you're saying about making their day an unforgettable experience, and it lends itself to also potentially being an adult, I guess, DJ. Or a music DJ in festivals or for grown humans. Yeah. Has that come across your mind?
Oh, look, I did. I looked at doing the Caloundra Music Festival for the kids section.
Okay. That's not what I'm talking about, but sure. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be fun to be part of the Caloundra Music Festival? And I did the kids' discos. And the parents could go have fun and relax, and I would run and have the best time with the kids. But yeah, I would love to do adults. I think my passion is more with the kids.
Sure.
And I think it's only because of possibly, because I've got my own children still, so I don't want all the late nights and all the, it gets a bit tricky.
Hey guys, quick one. If you're vibing this chat, hit like, subscribe, and drop a thought in the comments. It's totally free. I'm told you can change your mind anytime, and it genuinely helps us grow and bring more incredible guests. All right, let's get back to the show. If we digress to passion and that whole idea, because I'm a big believer of understanding your why and why you do something. And so it might be that, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the purpose or the reason why you're doing it is for the audience, is for the children, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love creating a fun, memorable experience.
And at the time that you decided to start doing that, was there a moment where you sat with yourself and sort of thought, did you think that you were otherwise lacking that, or was it just simply a happenstance moment where you're like, the kids and I get off on this, so maybe I can explore it?
I think I always wanted to do something else. just didn't quite know what. I mean, I went down the coaching field because I'm a health and physical education teacher. I wanted to get children moving whilst having a good time. So this is a win-win.
Yeah.
They are burnt like highest energy possible for 2 hours whilst having the best time. I feel like I've achieved definitely what I wanted to achieve for the children because, I'm a firm believer in being active myself as well. Yeah, so I'm helping that.
Has your passion changed over the 2.5 years since you've what would appear so successfully merged work and joy and this lovely combination of both? Has the passion changed, or has your view of it all changed?
I don't think so. Like my passion for it is just getting bigger.
Yeah, that's cool. That's how you know you're on it. On the right
like
path.
I want to keep climbing and keep going, and I'm loving it because it brings me joy. It's great. It's a fun ride to be on.
Have there been any moments along that path where you've doubted that this is the journey for you?
Only probably once, maybe, when I had one incident happen at one of my gigs, and it hit me quite hard. But I took it on board as a big learning curve, and it's made me better and stronger. And learning from, what might have been a mistake at the time has made me realize that, I'm learning and I'm going to take these steps one day at a time. And I think every business will go through growths and hiccups, as they go along. And it's made me better and more passionate now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How incredible is that?
Yeah, good.
Because, you will stumble upon things that don't go right. And particularly in your field where everything is so pumped and so positive, and as soon as you have a bad experience, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks because you're not ready for that. And
no.
I think if you always lean into it and say, well, there's a lesson here.
Yeah.
And the fact that you've come out of that and been more hungry is incredible.
Yeah, I think you bounce back. You got to just keep bouncing. And I think that's truly in what DJ Candi does, because I'm bouncing up and down on stage all the time, and I'm like, I'm going to have these little falls, whether it's health injury or something happens. Yeah, last year was a good learning curve, a real good learning curve for me. Yeah.
What would your advice be to people who are, I guess, stuck or thinking that there might be more out there for them in terms of going down not a similar path, but exploring what could be their passion?
Start small and have a go.
Yeah.
Don't sweat the small stuff. It's it can be scary and daunting, but enjoy the small little steps along the way, and eventually you end up with a bigger picture of what you want. And that's what happened to me. I remember going, gosh, these small little parties were fantastic little starts. And then as soon as I did a school disco, I went, wow, that was cool. Yeah. And now I think I love my little parties that I do because it takes me back to how I started. And then when I get to a school disco, the size of 400 or 500 kids, it just shows how you've grown along the way. And I fully think every business probably will go through those little baby steps to get to a bigger step. Yeah.
That's cool. And not that I know you well, and I've been at one of your discos for your daughter's birthday party. But what I do know is that you reference yourself as DJ Candi, what she represents, but from all I can see, it's the same bloody person, Candice. the lady on stage,
yes,
full of beans is just you, right?
Yeah.
So where does your level of optimism and energy come from?
I don't know. I think I have always been a very positive and happy person in my life. I consider myself a very lucky girl, moving from South Africa, being able to live in New Zealand and immigrate there. I have a beautiful family and lucky to have met a beautiful husband as well and had my children. I'm very thankful, and I'm thankful for all my friends as well. So how can you not be positive, really? Like, and I've achieved my goals as my teaching goals that I'd want to be able to do, my sporting side of things I've also achieved, and now with this business, I feel like I'm loving it. So it's another challenge, yeah. And I'm happy.
How do
Yeah.
you fill your cup up? How do you keep your energy high then?
Oh, I got to make sure that I wake up every morning, probably before the kids wake up, I reckon. I head up, I don't know, I love to go to the gym and see my lovely gym crew who are all mums just like me, and we have the best time. And then I come home after getting my coffee, of course, and come home to a beautiful family as well. So and my children, I don't know, filling my cup. I love spending time with my kids and my husband and my family and my friends. I think it's important for that work-life balance. Burnout is real. You can't burn out. So
What do you think your secret is? Just surrounding yourself with the things that fill you up?
Organisation. Yeah, being really organised, plan ahead. Don't book too many gigs in advance, or know what's coming, and try not to miss events either that are special to you. So your children's birthdays, daughters getting certificates at school. It's okay to not be perfect. So even on your tired days, the kids that you perform in front of, they're going to be happy seeing you be happy, even if you're tired. So you don't have to be perfect all the time. You just bring a positive energy about yourself, and others will follow, I think. Yeah.
Do you think it's something we can all learn to be more positive, or do you think you're sort of
I think
there's a predisposition?
I think sometimes we can be too harsh on ourselves, and I think we all need to just take a step back and go, gosh, look what we've done, look what we've managed. Every day, even as a mum, we all work so hard. There's so much going on in our minds every single minute of every single day. Take a moment, relax, and look at yourself, because you're probably doing a fantastic job. You know?
It seems like you are on the path of so much potential and so much, and the world is at your feet in terms of what you want this business to be. And it's so commendable that it, by all accounts, it feeds you, it feeds your energy to sustain that, right? And so that's when I believe that's when you are on the path of greatness, because it is your passion, and so the burnout piece, I think, is less likely because you're so in tune with the reason and the purpose of what you're doing.
Yeah, 100%.
And so it's not work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
Like going to any of my gigs, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm going to something fun, but I still get nervous.
That's okay. That's okay. What would be your advice to someone who is afraid of it not working out, or afraid of, you said one of the pieces of advice is give it a go, but I imagine a lot of people who, and not to suggest that every dream or every passion you can turn into your job, but was there a doubt for you that it just wouldn't work out? And how did you get around that in your mind?
For me, I relied on, in the field that I'm in, you're relying on word of mouth. That was the biggest thing for me, like to even get the momentum going. And obviously just doing one gig is maybe 50 people and 25 parents. And it's amazing how a small little business can get spoken about in the space of a couple of years. And it's my advice to people who are starting small in either my field or any business is don't give up when you think it's too hard. Try another way of approaching the situation to learn from that one that you just maybe wasn't so successful. So, for like I can give you an example. I tried using social media as my main, word of mouth, getting out there. And then another idea popped into my mind was to give out prizes to the kids that actually have my brand on it. And that has become so fun for the kids too, because they're not only getting a prize, they get to wear it. And
they love you so much, right? So it's like a pride thing of like, this is what I've been DJ Candi
I've
gave
been
me.
to a gig.
Yeah.
And to these kiddies, it's like they're going to a concert.
For sure. Well, it is a concert.
Well,
Give me a break.
So that was like a step to how am I going to get myself out there? And putting yourself out there, it's huge. It's scary. And I'm still, learning how to put myself out there. And social media can be daunting, and things can happen on social media in a negative way as well. But it's like ignoring those bad things if they happen and take every little bit of good, because there's so many good things that come through social media. In terms of comments and reviews and things that you can move forward with that will, make your business shine a lot better.
It's a hard thing because I can see why the word of mouth has worked very well for you, and I think will always work well for you, because there's only so much you can, even the listeners to this episode, you go there and it is exactly like being at a festival, an adult festival, where there's just 50 or 400 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
But it's exactly the same.
Yep.
And that is a credit to you and your craft. And I remember Shell saying the story about A School, where the PNC were grilling you for hours about and back and forths about, are you sure this? Do you know this? And you're like, I've got it.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yes.
And then they finally did. And then the feedback was, that was the greatest we've ever had.
Yeah.
When can you come back?
Yep. Yep.
So it's something that you almost have to really experience.
Yes.
Which is probably why the kids just love wearing the merch, because it's that experience.
I think, my discos are definitely different to many school discos. I think it's interactive. I'm a very interactive person, and that is my main aim, is to engage with my crowd, whatever age they are, because every child can have some fun, and every child wants that engagement. They're crying for it. They want it. So the more you give, the more they're going to give back. It's like a win-win situation for you and the kids.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my tribe to see you on the weekend. And there is one of them in particular that will cut shapes more than you've ever seen before.
Wait. Can they do the worm?
He can't, but what he makes
we might have to teach him.
Yeah. He makes up for his hand movements and his feet. Anyway. Hey guys, just popping in with a gentle reminder. If you're enjoying this episode, we'd love it if you gave it a like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment with your thoughts. It's free and it really helps us grow and continue to share these stories that matter. Cheers. Top 5 lessons for starting your business, starting out.
Well, I've definitely learned that you can grow and still stay true to yourself. So it's easy to get caught up in trying to be, like someone else.
There we are.
you know, especially in a DJ field because
Sure.
you follow all these different DJs. And
I'd love to see your DJ list, your follow list, and your what's coming down on your scroll.
It's crazy. And I think every DJ has their thing, and I've got to remember that all the time. And
Well, you've got to be authentically you, right? Because otherwise you're either faking it and that's exhausting.
Yep.
Or you'll change.
Yeah.
And
that's one of my biggest lessons is just be you.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to see you. They don't want to, you know,
see you pretend to be someone else.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly. Organization is my secret weapon. So
you tapped into that. You said that very with conviction before. What does that look like?
Well, from school runs to all my discos and keeping up with kids' activities and my own health and fitness regime. Hubby works away 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Juggling the kids and making sure they're happy and safe whilst doing what mum wants to do with her business. It's a juggle and you need organisation.
Are you a paper sort of person or online calendar sort of
I'm
thing?
an online calendar.
Thank God.
Yeah. It would be a lot of paper otherwise.
100%. Yeah.
But I definitely think if I wasn't organised, I think the first thing would go is your health.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you got your kids eating right, you're eating right, and you're having enough sleep, and you're timing everything. So you got your health
to
right.
allow that to occur.
To allow everything else to happen. Yeah. Comes first.
I love that.
Yeah. The other lesson I've learned is you got to remember. I have to remember that how I make people feel at the gigs and how I make children feel. Even if, say, I'm tired or I've had a little bit of a bad run, I'm there to help others feel great. And as soon as I'm on stage, that's what I'm doing. And as soon as I start playing, I think a lesson for me is that, you know, you like I said earlier in the podcast, you don't always have to be feeling the best, but you or don't have to always be.
Do you find if when that happens, what you were holding or your concerns, unrelated concerns, you know, life issues, I guess, dissipate in that moment?
Yes. So when I'm on stage, it all goes away.
I was presenting maybe a month ago, and someone asked me, like, how do we, as an athlete going into business, how do you find that flow state?
Yeah.
Right. How do you be in the moment? And it sort of dawned on me, and that if you turn up to a place of to give, you're there to give. You're an act of service.
Yeah.
All you can be is in the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, and I gave this analogy of like your child scrapes their knee.
Yes, you're there.
You're right there helping them. You're not caring about the email, the phone call or anything, right? You're
it goes out the window.
You're right there helping in the moment. And so if and in that particular session, like I normally speak on script, but I was just for an hour.
Yeah.
No scripts. And I was so in the moment. And because I was just there as a matter of to give, to help, right? And so I think that that's the same, what you're saying is like if you're just like, you might have some things going on and you're like, oh man, I could do without this, or I'm looking forward to this being finished.
Yeah.
But if as soon as you're there going, as you say, tap into the
moment,
into the experience that the kids are getting, everything else goes away.
It does. And it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the most rewarding feeling, making children happy. You know, I enjoy it. I love it. Yeah. And I think that's why I love it so much, is because you're creating a fun environment where everyone feels included. And it's inspiring to be like that, I think. Yeah, I do enjoy it.
I mean, I'm thinking like East Coast tour, I'm thinking TV, animated TV show, books, the whole lot.
Oh, goodness.
All right, a couple more tips.
I was just going to say passion beats perfection. I've learned to roll with the unexpected. Like sometimes on my gigs, there might be a hiccup with technology. I broke my foot on stage, but you got to roll with it. The show has to go on.
You kept playing with a broken foot?
Yep.
Of course you did.
And I did many gigs with the moon boot, and no one cared,
Yeah.
They loved you for being there in the moon boot. They didn't mind. It was still DJ Candi, still able to have some fun. And one-legged jumps. Yeah. So it was great, Yeah. So I have learnt to keep going and don't, it's good. Passion does beat perfection. Yeah.
You are such a breath of fresh air, Candi,
thank you, Richard.
I am so inspired by it because the optimism, the following the passion, and the growth of what you're creating. I don't know whether you understand yet how big it's, the potential.
Yeah,
but
I do love it. Hey,
yeah,
it's fun.
It's so cool to see. Before you go, final questions that we always ask. What is your? Oh, you got some notes for me.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, the teacher in you. What does success mean to you?
The fact that I can balance family, work, and my passion. That's successful.
What does happiness mean to you?
I love, especially at my gigs. I love seeing children light up with joy. Music can really create so much happiness. And then I also think happiness is finding peace amongst all the chaos.
I love that. I know that we touched on it, but your morning routine.
Yep.
Gym.
Early wake up, gym, go
Coffee.
with the gym crew who I love, and grab my coffee, come home to my family amongst all the chaos, get them ready for school or all the activities that we do that day, catch up with hubby, and either take the kids to school drop off, I go to work, or the kids are doing all these different activities. I like to keep them busy, so having fun, really.
That's so good.
Yeah.
A piece of advice that you'd give to yourself?
To myself, take care of my own health. Love the people that love you harder, and don't forget to dance through it all.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. And then a guest do you think we should have on the show?
I highly recommend Beck Craig.
Okay.
She's a CEO of a marketing business, and she has started small, and she's just starting to really take off, I think, and does so well. Yeah. Cool. And she's a mum too, and doing the juggle is real. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, she's quite a positive person too.
Yeah. And thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Really
this is an amazing opportunity. Thank you very much.
Cup of tea, no rusk. Yeah. I'll make sure there's a rusk next time.
You're going to have to buy some for the office ladies. They'll love them.
Candi, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you, Richard.
That was another episode of the Success Times Happiness podcast. Next time you're at a kid's party, turn to the person next to you and tell them all about the show. It really means a lot. Huge thanks again to DJ Candi for sharing her story, her spark, and showing us what it looks like to follow joy with purpose. If today's episode made you smile, inspired a thought, or gave you the nudge you've been waiting for, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. We're so glad you're here. If you're enjoying these conversations, we'd be so grateful if you took a moment to like, subscribe, and leave a rating. It helps us grow and keep sharing these stories. Until next time, peace.